Hello, welcome to another Cook With Me. In today's video, I'm sharing my creamy tomato sausage pasta, one of our new favorites, as well as a pumpkin cheesecake loaf. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments if you make either of these recipes. The pasta is mine and the pumpkin loaf I did get off Pinterest. Starting off with the pasta, we're going to use a pack of sausage. I'm using these bacon bangers, but Italian sausage would be good too. Pappardelle pasta, some sun-dried tomatoes, Pecarino Romano. If you're dairy-free, this is a great option as it's made from sheep's milk. Onions, arugula, of course, I love arugula, and then spinach as well. You could use either or, but I'm using both. Sweet fresh basil, cream cheese. I'm using lactose free, but you could do dairy free cream cheese as well. White wine, again, whatever kind you like. I'm using Pinot Grigio, some fresh Italian parsley, garlic, mushrooms. These are Creminis, but you can use whatever you like. Garlic powder and dried oregano. This video was supposed to be a fall cook with me, but I don't know about where you live, but here in Alberta, Canada, it is full on winter. The day after Halloween, it snowed a whole bunch, it's been cold, and yeah, winter is here. So it's just a regular cook with me now. I feel like these recipes you can enjoy all throughout the winter because they're just cozy and delicious. And the pumpkin cheesecake loaf I think would be really good around the holidays as well. I know I will be making it again around Christmas. I've mentioned this before and I apologize for the poor video quality here. My camera kept blurring, but you always want to heavily salt your water whenever you're cooking pasta. Something I've mentioned in my other cooking videos is to use a baggie, or like here I'm using a Ziploc bag, but like the produce bag that your onion or whatever ingredient came in, and have it next to you to use as a garbage. And this will just help keep things clean. I myself am guilty of being a bit of a messy cook, so this just helps to keep things a little bit more tidy. And as you can see too, I added these fresh flowers into the clip because they just make me happy all year round. I love to have fresh flowers in the house, especially in the kitchen, but in the winter too, you know, we're not really going outside, so it's nice to have that little bit of Mother Nature, little pop of color whenever I come into the kitchen. It brings me a lot of joy. I always wait until the last couple minutes when I'm sauteing something to add in the garlic, just because it burns really easily. And then as you can see here, I salt and pepper a little bit each step while I'm cooking something, just to help build levels of flavor. Not gonna lie, I'm using my left hand here just for the purpose of this clip, even though I'm right-handed, and Walter's in the background checking things out. He's always curious, gotta be right next to me, seeing what's going on. And then I'm just taking out a cup of pasta water to use for the sauce. The starches in it will help it thicken, and the saltiness will help add another depth of flavor. Something you might notice in my cooking videos is that I don't really measure stuff very often, and that's because I have been cooking for a really long time, so I kind of have an idea roughly of how much to use, and I kind of taste as I go too. So if you're a beginner, if you're uncomfortable with that, then definitely follow the recipe. But the beautiful thing about cooking is it's very flexible. It allows you to just be creative. And with baking, you want to be a little bit more precise, but cooking, you can just kind of wing it and, you know, trial and error. Sometimes things don't quite work out your way, but you'll learn, and with time, you'll get a feel for it. As I was just saying about cooking being flexible, I did let my sauce reduce down a little bit too much, so it was quite thick. All I did was add like the tiniest little splash of water, not enough to change the flavor or anything. It just made it a little bit more liquidy, less thick. So if that happens to you, add a tiny splash of water, tiny splash of milk, whatever, that's totally fine. This pasta turned out amazing. It's my boyfriend's new favorite. I've been making it so much lately. It's just zesty, tangy, but creamy with the fresh herbs. It is so delicious. Highly recommend. Let me know if you make it, and feel free to add your own spin to it. That's the beautiful thing about cooking, is it doesn't have to be cookie cutter. You can add or subtract things however you like, and yeah, let me know if you make it. Next, we have the pumpkin cheesecake loaf. This is not my recipe. I did get it off Pinterest, so I can't take credit for it, but it turned out amazing. It has all those warm, yummy spices, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and I've explained this before, but the bottle broke, so that's why it's in a Ziploc bag. You're going to use oil. I'm using corn oil, I think that is. I usually do not use that. I'll just use like avocado oil, but I wanted to use this up. So canned pumpkin, vanilla. I use Madagascar vanilla. Flour, baking soda. You're going to need 3 eggs total, some cream cheese. Again, I'm using lactose free, but you could use dairy free. Salt, and then I'm using a sugar substitute. It's erythritol and monk fruit extract. And yeah, you could use whatever sugar substitute you want, or regular sugar, totally up to you. I just want to note that if you are using a sugar substitute, you want to make sure you look up the ratio difference. The one I'm using is a 1-to-1 ratio, so the same amount of sugar that you would use, you use that, but other ones such as like stevia, you use less, so definitely look it up. I don't think the recipe called for vanilla in the loaf part of this recipe, but I always like to add vanilla to everything, so you can leave it out or add it in, totally up to you. One thing I want to mention is you only want to add a little bit of the pumpkin part on the bottom, then add your cream cheese mixture, and then make sure there's like more than half left to use of the pumpkin batter to put on top. I put too much pumpkin batter on the bottom, so then when I went to cover the top, it wouldn't fully cover the cheesecake part, so you'll see here in a second. So just something to keep in mind if you're making this recipe. I didn't cover my loaf with tinfoil, I just let it bake out in the open like that, and so the outside was kind of hard and crunchy, which I really liked, and it was still really good, but I would definitely cover it with tinfoil for the last like 20 to 30 minutes of baking. The recipe suggests to do that as well, and it'll help make it more dense and moist. This pumpkin cheesecake loaf turned out absolutely amazing. It did not last long in our house, and as I said earlier, I will be making it again around the holidays. So thank you so much if you made it through till the end of this video. I really appreciate you being here, and as I said, let me know if you make either of these recipes. I'm sending you so much love, and we will see you in the next video.